Have you ever been in a relationship where the entire thing just kind of royally sucked? If so, comment below and tell me about it. Also, please make sure to clarify whether or not it sounded like this.
I'm so wasted. I'm sponsored by God.
Gone Girl, written by Gillian Flynn, centers around two characters named Nick and Amy Dunn. It's their 5th wedding anniversary. So much is being done. Reservations are being made, cards are being sent, presents are being wrapped. And then Nick's wife disappears. Soon the media gets involved. Nick looks like the culprit. The police get involved. Nick looks like the culprit. Everybody thinks that Nick has killed his wife, dumped her body somewhere. No one can find the body though, but it looks like he is a murderer. But is he really? Alright, so that's basically what you can read on the flap of this book to get interested in the book, and that is all I am going to tell you basically about the book, because if I tell you anything more, if I tell you who the characters are really, what their character is like, I will spoil this book. This book is crazy. But what I can tell you is my opinion of the story and the book itself. Let's first start with the storytelling. This entire story is told through journal entries. Journal entries from Nick, journal entries from Amy, and I, for one, really liked that method of storytelling. You get two different perspectives in this book. You get Nick's perspective and you got Amy's perspective. And you get the perspectives, the journal entries, the facts that contradict each other, they conflict. Basically, though, what you can get from reading the journal entries is that their relationship, the relationship between Nick and Amy, sucked. Like, they needed marriage counseling. They really did. And I will also say that right in the middle of this book, the whole journal entry storytelling will blow your freaking mind. Now, it's been like 2 or so years since I read this book. I read it because the movie was coming out, and I gotta say that from what I can remember, the writing I really liked. It was very easy to read. It was very easy to understand, but it was very fluid. It was good. It was good writing, you know, good vocabulary. There wasn't cheesy dialogue. There wasn't any of that. It was just a really, really solid text. There's none of that cheesy intrigue writing in this book that you would find in a book like The Girl on the Train, where the end of the chapter is just like kind of almost, it's trying to have like a great cliffhanger, but it's kind of failing because the line is just not well written. My review of The Girl on the Train is, well, you can click on one of the cards or you can check the link in the description. Also, the characters in this book are extremely fleshed out. Nick is a very fleshed out character, and so is Amy. Unfortunately, as I said before, I can't actually tell you about them as far as who they are, because that would spoil the book. Because, okay, what you have to understand is there is a giant twist in the middle of this book. Like a giant twist, like Fight Club, Sixth Sense kind of twist. And it blew my mind, freaked me out thoroughly. It has to do with the characters. I cannot tell you about them specifically, about who they are, their intentions, what they want in life. I can't tell you what they like, their interests, or anything, because it would spoil the book. But suffice to say, the characters are great and bizarre in some ways. Like, all the characters are really fleshed out. The side characters, and of course Amy and Nick. Some of them are really strange too, and not in a good way. Believe it or not, there is a good kind of strange. It's strange with style. Like this shirt, I think, is strange with style. The people in this book don't wear this shirt, so they're just strange. As I said before, the story of this book is crazy. It is insane. It is a great mystery, this book, and it's twisted. It will make you spin around all the time. Like, I did not see it coming at all. I thought I already knew what the twist was because I read something online that I thought was the twist. I was like, oh, that's not very good, but I was wrong. I had not learned about the twist. It kind of takes your whole perception of the story of this book and the characters in this book and flips it on its head, and you're like, what? What? Nothing is real. All of these words on the back of the book perfectly describe it. Gone Girl, in its truest sense, is a horror book. It's not like a, it's not like a creepy, scary, like supernatural kind of horror story like It or whatever. It is like a real-world horror story where when you get to the end of this book, you will feel an overwhelming sense of dread. Like, your stomach will drop and you will feel so bad for some of the characters in this book. I'm not going to name who they are, but you will feel so bad that you will be like, wow, that is horrifying. As for negatives with Gone Girl, I think it's only like a 400-page book, but it's really small print and it takes a little while to read. For me, I mean, that's not really a problem, but for me, it took me a while to really get into it. But once I was into it, I was locked into it. As for which I like more, the book or the movie, I would have to say, since I read the book first, you know, that's whenever I first like experienced Gone Girl. And so that's been cemented in my memory. So when I saw the movie and it's such a good adaptation, it was basically like I was just watching the book. And so it didn't have quite the effect that reading the book had on me. But I think if you watch the movie first and then read the book, you may like the movie more just because you saw it first. Or if you read the book first, you may like the book more than the movie because you read the book first. Gone Girl is one of the most memorable books I've read. Like I said, I read it a few years ago and it's still very fresh in my mind. So Gone Girl gets an A+. So tell me, have you read Gone Girl? If so, comment below and tell me what you thought of it. Also, about your relationships, but don't give details. I don't need to know them. Or you can give details, I just don't give details. And as always, if you like this video, please like it and subscribe. Tell your friends about the channel. And if you like this book review and you want to see more book reviews like this, check out my playlist, Carter's Book Reviews, and you will find a great many book reviews. And now I will end this book review by saying, be strange, but strange with style.